Alright guys, so today I started prepping the tubes for the roll cage. I'll also kind of go over where I'm at with that and what I've got going on. I got these main hoops done up. This is a pre-bent, pre-notched cage by TE Designs. They've been awesome to work with so far. So basically what I got going on, I got these tubes prepped. Got the mill scale sanded off where all the other tubes are going to be welded to it. So right now I'm trying to figure out, there'll be a hole up in this corner for the back of this tube to come out and connect to the back half. And then there'll be a hole in the floor somewhere in this area for the front end to go down and connect to the frame. Yeah, figure out where to drill those at. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get the bar that runs across the back, and that'll help me set the distance between these two, and then I can kind of get an idea of where the holes they're going to fall in this corner, or these top corners here. So I'll show you guys how I'm prepping these tubes. So the cage came with these, I'll call them instructions, these pictures here. So this is as it says, top looking down. So this will be the front of the truck, the back of the truck. So I'm looking for this tube that comes across right here, which is D4. And they have all of these tubes labeled somewhere. So there you can see it says D4. So I've got the right tube. And then everywhere that a tube connects to it, they have a little laser etch. And what I'm doing is on the ends and wherever these tubes are, wherever there's an etch for a tube to go into, I just go, an inch or two past it, and then I'm just sanding all this mill scale off. And so you can look at here and just see that the only tubes that connect to it are on the edges. And if you go to the back view, which is here, it's just the edges. There's nothing in the middle, so I don't have to worry about sanding anything in the middle on this one. Alright, so I got my piece of blue tape on here, and that's just to give me a stopping point and a nice crisp line to my sanding, because I don't want to sand more than I need to, just to help with corrosion, because out here in Missouri, as you can see, it's raining outside, so it's going to flash rust overnight, so I don't want to sand the whole tube if I don't have to. But I just cut a piece of 150 grit sandpaper into a strip, and all I'm going to do is just sand all the mill scale off the end here. And then I'll just come through the rag with a little bit of, I'm just using brake cleaner for now. Just kind of wipe it down, make sure I got everything. And you can still see the etch line where that other tube is going to land on there. I'm also going to come in with a rotofile, and I'll kind of take this burr out of the inside from where it was cut. But I'm going to have to close the garage door so that I don't want to piss off all the neighbors, because that's going to make a bunch of noise. Alright, so what I did here, I found the center line of the tube, which is this side of the piece of tape. And then I came up and I found, if I can light it up, kind of halfway marked, if you can see that, the center line of the cab. and I just kind of held the tube up in there and lined the center lines up, and then just kind of drew a line on the end, or on the both ends up in the corners. See that one? That kind of gives me a rough idea of where my hole is going to have to be. So now I got to go in and cut the hole out in the corner for the tube to slide through. Alright, so today I'm working on the roll cage, getting the first tubes into the truck. So I'll kind of give a quick rundown of how I'm doing that. I started off, I just kind of threw a few of the bars together, ratchet strapped it. This is the back of the cage. So this is going to stick out the back of the cab, so I got to drill holes in the cab. So to lay that out, I just strapped it together, measured it out, and then came over to the cab, and just off the center line of the cab came over that distance. I think it's like 45 1/8 wide to the center, and then I'm just trying to figure out the height now. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Give it a shot, and I can always adjust it a little bit if I need to once I drill the hole in, and then I just have to, well, probably just use the laser, transfer the over to the other side, do the same thing on the other side. No going back. So trying to figure out where this tube is going to land in this area, what I got to cut out. The tube that runs underneath the floor runs basically right along this line. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut out, and there's a support that runs outboard from the cab mount. That's probably about, well, I kind of see it's probably right to the edge of this heat shielding. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut somewhere in here. I'm going to come down this line, and I'll just come over a couple of inches to start and come down this way. Probably just cut a little rectangle out like that, so all of this will come out, and then see what it looks like. I nailed the back because the tube's in and it's all good. The front, however, is way too narrow. didn't do a whole lot of filming today, but I did get some of the tubes tacked into place. So this back tube is tacked in. This center cross brace is tacked in, and I'm getting ready to start tacking in this front piece. I'm just using the X braces, and there's a couple that go back here. I'm just using those to set location for everything, and then should all be good to go. I'll drop it down and weld all those in,